36 years old and with 15 pieces of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the preseason game numero 1 for the Washington Commanders against the Panthers. This and much more live with Aaron and John. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, John?
What's up?
Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football, episode numero 552. That's 500 and Rocky McIntosh episode. Remember him? Dude, Rocky McIntosh was better than
draft pick.
Jamin Davis.
Well, Jamin Davis has only had 1 year so far. But yeah, Rocky McIntosh consistently underperformed in his Redskins / football team / Commanders. Blech.
He wasn't on the Commanders. Rocky McIntosh.
Rocky.
That reminds me, dude. I noticed that they had, I don't know why this bothered me a little bit, but it did. Today I was looking on commandersstore.com or whatever to see if they had any new
store.
Yeah, to see if they had any new merch.
Yeah.
And it kind of bothered me that they had a Sean Taylor number 21 new wrong burgundy on white and black jersey for Commanders. I was like, he didn't play for the Commanders. He played for the Redskins.
Yep. But they can't sell Redskins stuff. So he's going to be
and
Commanders jersey. Unless
you go to DH Gate. DH Gate has it.
Someone like me who already has Sean Taylor jersey.
Nice.
That's the 75th anniversary patch.
It's a nice one, dude. It's a very nice one.
Very nice. It's very nice.
But I want to know who out here has a Sean Taylor number 36 jersey. That's the original.
Still.
Dude, I didn't write an agenda for this because I know we're just going to talk about the game. But real quick, did you hear what people are saying was the fight song?
I've heard 3 different versions of the new quote unquote fight song.
Like the Kenny G one?
They all suck. They all suck.
And they're slow.
They're slow. Why are they slow? Why are they slow? Why is it a Whitney Houston concert? There was that lady out there. She's like,
dude, a fight song's supposed to last.
She sounded very good, but you know, it's like when Prince wrote that song for the Vikings when they were in the playoffs a few years ago before Prince died. And it was like, all right, and then you listen to the song, it was this the slow thing, but it's like, this is not at all going to pump up football fans.
Yeah, a fight song is supposed to be like a quick, like 20-second, like celebratory upbeat thing. Like, yeah, we're kicking your butt. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, yeah, we scored. Let's sing a little bit and be done with it. And they're like, it'd be
like that. It was just like, dude, stop. Just stop.
Dude, it would be
not her fault. She's saying fine. It's just bad.
She's saying whatever the dude that wrote the songs like grandson gave her to sing. It's not her fault.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they're the ones that put in the kind of go-go beat, which I mean, it's a DC thing that the go-go beat was invented in the DC area apparently. I mean, the I don't know. The Wizards like AAA basketball team is the Washington Go-Go. So, you know, it's something that relates to the area. And I mean, some people are mad because they took out that yeah, but you can't have it
at the beginning.
American beat in there.
Yeah, you had to change that. But here's what I'd be interested in here. Take the old fight song and play it at the same time as the new fight song, in quotes, air quotes there. And I bet you the old song will finish playing before they even get through the first line of the new one. But did you hear this one that some fan did? It's in our Discord. It was actually pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can
do things like what, like, is it hail, like
I'm gonna try to see if it'll play.
The whole thing. I mean, at least they got rid of that leaders on a mission crap.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're just like, hail the commanders, 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 hail commanders, 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 commanders. I mean, it's.
This one's actually pretty original, but it actually has a few like nods back to our old song. Let me see if it'll actually play and if I can get it through here. Can you hear it?
No. Maybe. There it is.
Onward, commanders, onward to victory.
That's so much better.
I mean, it's not perfect, but it's cheesy and it's a fight song. Like all the fight songs are cheesy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Who posted that in our Discord room?
That was Chris Comerton that posted it, and the dude that made up the song apparently on Twitter, his handle is @OnwardCommanders without an E on the end of commanders, like commanders. So, dude, there's no one in. What's up with this preseason form? There's no one in the peanut gallery at all. Oh well.
Well, we might get a couple as we're going, and we did have to postpone this to Wednesday evening.
Yep.
So.
Yep, because I had to go pick up the girls at dance last night, unbeknownst to me. My bad. Yeah, I was watching Command Center this afternoon.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out because at first I thought there was another snafu from the Redskins media department. I thought they had a picture of someone else in place of JD McKissick because I didn't realize he changed his number to 23. And I was like, what's that? He's not 23, he's 41. And then I was like, posted something in our Discord, and then I was like, my bad. He changed his number. But anyway, let's get to the game, dude. First of all, what are your initial thoughts from watching that, overall thoughts from watching that preseason game?
Carson Winston looked fine. Ryan Robinson was a very nice, interesting revelation, especially after Antonio Gibson dropped the ball again. There's a lot of sloppiness in the first game. You know, it's the first game.
Yeah.
Howell looked good with third team. You know, I thought that was good. We'll see what he can do this weekend against the Chiefs. Man. What else?
What about the defense? How'd you feel about the defense? Starting defense. The starting defense.
Who? Oh, the starting defense. I didn't know we had one of those. Because I sure didn't see them during this game. This two linebacker crap that Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio has got going on is going to, like, everyone's going to run for 200 yards on us every freaking game.
Yeah, 4 yards a carry.
Linebackers. We need linebackers. What in the hell is going on? We need linebackers.
Well, they're all saying, you know, like, everyone's going away from running. But if you're playing with two linebackers, dude, you can get like 4 yards a carry. All you got to do is get two guys on the fatties, and by the time the linebackers get there, they're 4 yards up the field.
Yeah, this does not look good. I mean, it's.
I don't like it.
Well,
I don't like all these.
either.
But speaking of linebackers, what do you think about this dude from the Bears? Should we that's demanding for a trade, Roquan Smith? Should we go after that dude? Or no? Not if we're going to play two linebackers.
If we're just, is anybody else playing two linebackers? Are the other 31 teams just going with two linebackers for their starting package?
I don't know, dude. I've never heard of that until like last year, and then everyone acted like it was a normal thing, this Buffalo nickel thing, and I'm like, is this new?
This was like last year, like Ron pulled Buffalo nickel out of his bootay. It was just like, here's our Buffalo nickel. Oh, everybody's doing that. Yeah, I don't think so.
Josh was talking to me about
the 3-4 defense. This is like the 4-2 defense.
4-2. That's what it is. Have you ever heard of that? 4-2-5.
4-2-5.
Am I adding right?
Soccer.
The 4-2-5. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure all these kids that play Madden and stuff use that defense a lot because there's stuff on there I've never. But traditionally, you had two kinds of defense. Am I wrong? You had the 3-4, which I hated because again, that puts too many people too far away from the line of scrimmage. And then the 4-3,
like special linebackers.
You mean what?
For the 3-4.
Oh yeah, 3-4. 3-4.
Defensive linemen, and then the linebackers behind.
Yeah.
Excuse me, behind
we can't even field two linebackers that are good, dude. We're in a 4-2. I'm not calling it Buffalo nickel anymore. I'm calling it the 4-2. And
yeah, dude, the 4-2. That may be the name of this podcast, the 4-2.
We have good dudes up front. They're solid. But
yeah.
Cole Holcomb is what, third year now?
Yeah.
And he's going to be the Mike linebacker. And I guess the other guy is the
Jammin Davis
linebacker. Legalize it. Don't criticize it. Anyway. So we got Jammin Davis over there. Did he do anything in this game? I don't remember seeing him do anything. I mean, he could have.
I don't remember the linebackers doing much of anything. It was like a bunch of big fatties up front and a bunch of little skinny guys in the back. And the linebackers, I guess, were just getting run over every play.
Yeah, I know. Here, I'm going to look at his stats for the game. I've got him here. Tackles.
Oh, yeah. David Mayo had like 5 tackles.
David Mayo was kicking some behind, much to the chagrin of... Who's the dude in our Discord that hates David Mayo? Is it Firefly? Someone in there hates him.
I can't remember. Somebody in there. Yeah.
All right, I'm looking up.
Oh, and if you are listening to Harry Hall Football for the first time, you can go to our Discord group. It's for Harry Hall. It's for Redskins / Washington Football Team / Commanders / Discord.5gg / 5YW5YFT. You can read it right on here.
Or it's even easier to go to tinyurl.com/HarryHF.
HarryHF, that's right, Harry. HARRY.
Yeah.
So small on my computer, I can barely even read that.
Okay, I'm trying to look him up. I don't think he even made the. Oh, Holcomb had 4 tackles, dude. 2 of them were solo.
Sure.
He led the team except for David Mayonnaise. and
he's not even like the good linebacker with the name Mayo. He's like some other. I wonder if he's related to that guy that was on the Patriots.
I don't know.
Mayo.
I'm still looking for Davis, dude. Did he even show up on the list here? Dude, I don't see
He had
one tackle.
One tackle, which was a half tackle.
Which is the same amount of tackles as Milo Effler had. You know, the guy that'll go down in infamy as the guy that didn't say anything.
He had less tackles than Rod Gardner or Jacob with a U Panasiuk.
Dude, he had fewer tackles than Richard Bosby, and Bosby got cut.
Bosby got cut. You know who did not have a tackle in this game? Who also got cut?
Trap. Let's bring this up right now. Troy, we kept him 2 seasons too long. Apke is finally. That dude, we wasted a roster spot on him last year because he played special teams and he wasn't even that good. He was supposedly the ace. Taylor Bud Lightycoat was like, he's the GOAT special teams player.
He had one job. All he could do was like run forward. As you guys know, ever since we drafted him, he's really fast running in a straight line.
He can't do anything as safety. He took the worst angles, dude. He must have failed geometry class. I swear. That guy.
This angle is 70 degrees. This angle is 15 degrees. What is this third angle to reach for 90 degrees? Straight.
90 degrees. Dude, that guy, he picked the worst angles of all time. So they immediately figured out he couldn't play safety. And then they were like, well, he's pretty good on special teams as a gunner. It's like,
right, because he can run real fast.
He could run fast. He would still like overshoot dudes and like end up behind them.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad that he's gone. Speaking,
the funny thing is that we cut him now, so we'll have a chance to sign with another team. If Troy Apke signed, if any of the other, even the Jets signed him, if the Lions sign him, I will be surprised.
Bosby.
Maybe he'll end up in the U.S.
I mean, we got rid of Ballsby, but at least we still have Beavers on the team. He was in there protecting Sam Howell most of the second half.
He was.
Beavers.
Yeah.
The O-line.
Sam Howell had a good game.
Oh, he did, but we won't.
He was also playing with third stringers, so don't want to like freak out about him too much. But I mean, you saw him out there. That guy. I mean, he looked like he had been in the NFL for like 5 years. Like he was not at all like he did not have the yips or anything like that. He was just like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, the thing that stood out the most to him, I mean, he had some really good plays, couple of really good runs that reminded me of like Josh Allen a little bit, like a smaller Josh Allen. But the thing that stood out to me the most is what you're talking about, is poise. He just went out there like, I've been doing this for years. I saw him look. I mean, he had a few bad throws, yes, but I also a few times I saw him look guys off, look to a second read and make a throw, not just try to force it into the first guy like some of those dudes do when they come out. Yeah. And all in all, I mean, out of all the quarterbacks, I think the one that did the worst was Taylor Heineke. I mean,
I don't think he threw that pick, but his arm got hit, so
yeah.
I don't know.
But
I mean, I wore my Taylor Heineke jersey for the game because I knew I'd get to see him. I mean, you just saw the way that he's out there. He's giving 100% and everything like that, which is awesome. But then Sam Howell got out there and he was just effortlessly just throwing the ball down the field. I was see, that's what Heineke's missing.
Yeah, he's just not the physical specimen that guy is. I mean,
Chicken McNugget diet.
That dude has. I mean, I love that pickup. We all loved it when it happened.
Oh yeah,
or most of us. And it's a win-win. Like, he either gets really good and either becomes our quarterback someday, or he's really good and we trade him for picks, or he sucks and we used a 5th round pick on him.
I saw a tweet from Al Galdi recently, and he said that with us trading back our first round pick, that we picked up Howell, with him, Frosted Hoss,
Yeah.
Robinson,
And Dotson. Yeah.
and Dotson. Yeah, those are the 4 people we got off that.
Four dudes by trading back 5 spots. And that has the potential for being huge, dude. Especially, I mean, it's just one preseason game. But let's talk about Brian Robinson for a second. He's my new dog,
As
dude.
Antonio Gibson is walking towards the back door, like, man,
Antonio Gibson, dude.
you
Bye.
can't fumble. You can't fumble. We talked about this so much last year.
Riding the
Fumble.
pine.
Yep.
Antonio Gibson on his second carry, dude, fumbled. And Ron Rivera was not happy. Did you hear him talking about it?
I know he's not happy because of number 24, Antonio Gibson is playing with the 3rd string fleet people right now in training camp.
I heard that. I heard they had him in like on kick returns.
Like punt coverage
Blocking.
and stuff. Yep.
Dude. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, in the game after that, he got benched, and then he came back in with like this backups with Taylor Heineke.
Right.
And Ron was in his press conference was more upset about the way he was carrying the ball than the fumble. He was like, dude, you need to put your foot in the ground and go. Don't do this shuffling stuff.
Yeah. How many times watching the game, like you and I are on the phone watching the game every day or every week? How many times last year were you just like, find the hole?
He
You're just
couldn't find it.
Dancing around, man. Quit doing that Mickey Mouse stuff. Just find the hole and go.
Yeah.
And you know who did that? Brian Robinson.
And when Robinson didn't find a hole, he would still like get 3 yards by putting his head down and like going low, like churning stuff out before people could get him to the ground. He was getting like 3 yards a carry when there was nothing there.
Yeah.
That dude, I can't wait to see more of him next week.
Oh yeah. I want to see what he's got. He's going to be a very interesting thing this year.
Yeah.
And Antonio Gibson, your days might be numbered.
He might become special. He might become the new Troy Apke, dude. He's getting demoted from his position play or his position to special teams. Maybe he'll return kicks or something, but would you even trust him returning kicks? He fumbles all the time. I mean, once he's in open space, he can run, but we can't have him fumbling.
Yeah.
What about Brian Robinson like made me smile in that game. I think I actually said in Twitter and Discord that I was in love with number 8.
You and everybody. Everybody. The
Doc.
Washington, the Washington like football people were all just like, freaking out about what's like, where'd this guy come from? Cole Turner, you're riding the pine and all this stuff. So
no, Antonio Gibson's right.
Sorry, Antonio Gibson, right. I was just looking at Cole Turner,
dude,
who's also known as Frosted Hoss, by the way.
And let's bring this up. Doc Walker. We need him every game in the booth.
Doc Walker, like half the people loved him, half the people hated him.
Who hated him?
Doc Walker.
Who hated him? He calls it as it is. I mean, he gets
Probably
after like three quarters, you get a little bit tired of it, but
yeah,
still, I mean, in the beginning, it's funny. It's so funny with him on there. You got to do better. You got to do better. Yeah, after that short gain, he was like, short gain. He shouldn't have got any yards. You guys need to do better. Oh my gosh! And when Antonio Gibson fumbled, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
And then Robinson comes in and he's like, you know what? If this guy needs a ride home, he can get in my car.
That's right. Yeah.
He kept saying like this old man stuff like that. But dude, he was cracking me up. He was cracking me up. He's way better than Joe Theismann up there, in my opinion.
Yeah. Joe Theismann. I mean, Joe Theismann's very, very positive. Doc Walker is not negative.
What if they had Kenny Albert, who apparently this is his preseason gig to put his kids through college? What if they had Kenny Albert as the play-by-play, and then they had Doc Walker and Joe Theismann in the booth? Now that would be hilarious. Like those two guys. Yeah.
I wanted to go like old school, put Doc Walker in there with Brian Mitchell at the same time.
Oh, that's too much negative though. I think it would be
true. That's true.
I think the positive and negative would be hilarious with Kenny right in the middle.
That's not Kenny Albert. That's
I know, but he sounds kind of like Kenny Albert.
He does sound like Kenny Albert.
What's his name? I've already forgotten. The guy who said, was he induced? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I can't remember his name either. He just did just did a Fanatics commercial.
He always does this
as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, good stuff. I can't remember his name, but him and Beth Mullins need to get married. Those two. Be like, Howard.
What's his name?
I do.
Why can't we remember his name? We used to talk about it all the time. Anyway, how did you feel about the offensive line?
The offensive line looked all right. We got to see a Scott Norwell get out there, guy.
Yeah.
Scott Norwell is a fat man. That dude's stomach is bigger than any stomach I've ever seen on a professional football player. Like it's like, look out.
Dude, I didn't even like notice him, to tell you the truth. I didn't really zero in on any of the linemen in this game.
He wasn't in that long. Like the linemen weren't in all that long. They went in for, I guess, 3 series, maybe.
Okay.
But anyway.
But we had a bunch of them out, right? Like,
yeah, a bunch
Leno
of them
didn't play, did he?
Out already.
Did Leno play?
Leno did not. I don't know if he was in.
He was there. He was on the
early.
sideline. And the center, what's his face? Dude, I'm getting so old I don't remember anyone. I wanted to say Casey Raybach, but it's not him. Roulier.
Roulier, dude.
Roulier wasn't in. Cornelius Lucas just came back from injury like a day or so ago, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So Norwell, you said you saw him in there. Trey Turner was out. He's their new guy we picked up for right guard.
We've got so many commanders on this team. You forget that any of them are even playing. Norwell, Trey Turner.
Yeah, Cosme was Cosme in? I thought the offensive line overall held up pretty well the entire game. The depth was pretty good. Like Wentz, I think Wentz had pretty much all day most of the time, didn't he? I don't remember him getting in too much trouble back there.
Wentz looked fine. I wasn't blown away, and I wasn't just like, man, this guy sucks. He looked fine.
I'm talking
throw the ball down the field. It was good.
Yeah, but I'm talking protection wise. He didn't look like he was.
Oh yeah.
He was getting messed up, and we had a bunch of second. I think we got a lot of depth on the offensive line. Tyler Larson was on the pup. He wasn't in.
Yeah, I think we could have a lot of depth on the offensive line because I think we have a lot of guys, but like you said, a lot of guys have been hurt, and they were actually talking about today.
That Chris Paul rookie played pretty well too.
4 of the interior offensive linemen, Trey Turner, Norwell, Roulier, and Schweitzer, were all out of practice today on Wednesday.
Oh no! Did it say why?
Trey Turner quadriceps, Andrew Norwell
stomach.
Trace Roulier, Andrew Norwell stomach. James Roulier post-surgery rehab, and Wes Schweitzer hip. I hate seeing hip, especially for big fat guys, man. That's.
Dude, I didn't even know that the Schweitzer brother was still on the team. I thought we lost both Schweitzer brothers. I thought they got cut. Did he make it back? Did we bring him back?
I don't think he was cut, dude.
I thought he was. Who knows?
You're thinking of the other Schweitzer.
Barry Schweitzer. Dude, Sadiq is still on the team. I love seeing that. But this Chris Paul, the rookie, I remember he had a few good plays. I mean, he looked pretty decent. And Willie Beavers was protecting Hal the whole second half. Beavers was Hal's right-hand man.
You just got to remember, both these guys talking about in the second half of this game, they're going to be cut.
Beavers is making the team, dude. I don't care what you say.
Seriously, yeah.
John Toth is going to be the one that gets cut. Aaron Montiero,
John Toth, the male model.
Yeah, Matt Cole. Those are the guys that aren't going to make it. Yeah, back to Carson Wentz though. He looked fine. He wasn't making like all this stuff coming out of camp that he was so inaccurate on everything. He looked fine. He had a couple deep throws. One of them could have been caught. I mean, it was contested, but it could have been brought in. He did for some reason seem to zero in on what was that guy's name? That tight end. Armani Rogers. Didn't he hit him 2 or 3 times in a row?
I think so. Yeah, and a lot of the tight ends have been hurt and out. Actually, Samus Reyes is on the reserve injured list, and he's going to be out. It looks like the entire year. It's kind of funny. He just suddenly got hurt.
But I'm not sure he was going to make it anyway, dude. Because look,
exactly. That's why he's hurt.
Yeah, we have Logan Thomas, John Bates, and the Cole Turner, who I think are going to be the 3 tight ends. And then you had, remember, what's his face, AGG, switch to tight end. And then I think he saw how loaded the tight end room was and was like, oh, I'm out of here, retiring. And then Samus Reyes is probably like, oh, I'm injured, so I can have another year to work on my skills, And then that Armani Rogers guy came in and had 3 catches.
Yeah.
So we still have some guy named Eli Wolf too. So we have 8 tight ends.
I think we've cut that guy. Oh no, we did sign him. Yeah, I remember his name. I remember his name was in there because I was just like, damn, get a guy named Wolf, and all the Red Wolves fans just like, man, it's perfect.
And then Howell. If we were the Red Wolves and we had Howell as our quarterback.
Howell.
But I think we're in good shape with the O-line. I think Logan Thomas, John Bates, and the Frosted Hoss, who they say has had a really good camp.
Yeah, so far,
I want to see him.
He's out with the hamstring. So we may not get to see him for, hamstrings are always tricky. It could be 2 weeks, it could be 8 weeks.
Speaking of, let's move over to receivers. It was nice to see Curtis Samuel come in and make the first catch of a Commander. He had 2 catches.
Yeah, he had 2 catches. I think he's had 2 complete days of training camp where he was in first team and doing everything. They're being very, 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 very cautious with him because of that hamstring and everything else from last year. So hopefully he'll be there.
Yeah, but
We'll see.
He still caught 2 on 2 targets, and he got up after each one, and he wasn't injured.
And he got up and he did not limp away.
Yeah. So that was good to see. Terry, we had a Terry sighting. He came in and made 1 medium length catch, which is good to see.
I can't wait to see him and John on there at the same time. Two guys that just have great catching hands, man.
And you saw the effect of Terry in there. There was one play where they had to hold him and pull him down. And that was basically Doc was like, they have to cheat. They have to cheat to stop him.
Yep.
Because he was going to burn him. I mean, he's going to cause issues. Him and Jahan together.
It was just him. So if you have Jahan, if we get Curtis Samuel, Richardson the second,
mm-hmm.
We got De'Ami Brown. We got all these other guys. We'll have to see as we go next week at our next podcast. We'll talk more about who's going to get cut a little bit more. I don't know if we have a second cut. I don't know what they're doing with that this year. Now that it's still only 3 games. So is there a cut after the second game and a cut after the third game? I don't know.
There's a cut after the second game. It's 5 more players, and then after the third game, they have to cut it down to, I think, the 53. So on next Tuesday, they have to cut 5 more people.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, other receivers, anyone else stand out? You want to talk about DME Brown had a couple of catches. Don't forget him too. He's a speedster in his second year.
Yeah.
He could develop.
Yeah. He could.
Send him on a streak while they're putting all the attention on Jahan and Terry.
And Terry, yeah, that's the big thing right there. Alex Erickson, another Panther, had a couple of catches. He had one big one for 40 yards. Got a bunch of guys that aren't going to make the team. Dax Milne might make the team. Isn't he dating like the quarterback for the Jets? Isn't he dating that dude's mom or something?
No, I think the story. That's what you said, but I think the story is he was dating that dude's ex-girlfriend, and his ex-girlfriend said something about his friend. I don't know, dating his mom's friend. It wasn't as bad as you said. It wasn't Dax Milne dating Zach Wilson's mom.
Mom's friend or something.
Anyway.
But Erickson had a good game. Milne had a good game. Those two might make the team.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got a bunch of other guys.
Well, we need to give our games and kicks, dude. And then, probably round this thing out so we can go watch the next game. So we'll do the games and kicks, and then after that, I want to do a segment where we talk about what we want to see most out of the next preseason game on Saturday.
Because we're thinking that we're going to get, I don't know, like at least a quarter, if not a half, with the starters.
Yeah, like what is the new thought process since we're only doing 3 games?
I guess that the second game is going to now be the third game where you put the starters in for the longest amount of time, and then the third game is just going to be scrubbed the whole time.
Okay, because they played, our offensive starters played like a quarter this time.
Yeah.
And in the past, the first game, they played like maybe one series or like 4 plays or something.
What was that play during the game where maybe it was when Gibson fumbled? Because you were just like, Carson Wentz was there, and you were just like, Carson, do not jump in that pile.
yeah, it was. And he kind of like almost got his legs rolled up on a little bit because he's thought about jumping in there. There were some dudes in our Discord that weren't happy about that. I have to disagree. I'm like, dude, after that Portis injury in preseason when he chased down that fumble return or whatever it was, no, just get out of there. We don't. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's preseason. The only thing that mattered on that play was they saw that Antonio Gibson needs to be benched. That's it.
Dude, yeah, and it's a good thing that, because I used to be the same way. I'd be like, it doesn't matter if it's a preseason game. You got to tackle. If you give up the ball, you got to tackle. And then I saw that preseason game where Clinton Portis went and made that massive, like, I forget exactly how he tackled the guy, but he dislocated his shoulder in the preseason. So he's out for like a third of the season because of that.
Yeah. I don't need to see our offensive guys tackling anyone in the preseason.
Not in the preseason.
Now I would like to see Jamin Davis tackle some people. Anyway, I was like, get out of there, dude. And I think he thought about trying to jump in there and then thought better of it, is what happened. But I mean, he looked fine. He looked fine in this game. I didn't have any concerns about him. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go into it then. So we lost the game, but before we go into the games and kicks, let's talk about our kicker, Joey Sly. He missed another extra point.
He missed his first kick.
He missed like a bunch of extra points last year. Like, what's his deal with extra points?
With us?
Well, he missed we were like his second or third team, and he missed them on other teams. I heard Al Galdi say he missed like a few for San Francisco, and I don't know who he was with besides that, but
I remember that. Yeah, but by the time he got to us, he was like very consistent. So like a kicker missing extra points are basically 35-yard field goals. So sometimes they're going to miss those anyway.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I mean, him missing an extra point doesn't bother me.
So you're not concerned.
Him missing like 3 or 4 extra points in like 3 or 4 games, that's going to be a problem.
Okay.
But, right. I mean, that makes sense to me. It's the first preseason game. I expect some guys to suck.
All right, well, let's talk about our other favorite special teams player before we go into the games.
Troy
No way, man. Tress Way, dude.
Oh, Tress Way had a fine game.
He had 3 punts for 136 yards. His longest was 53. Solid game. 1 landed in the 20. He's always solid.
Tress Way, dude.
And he's hilarious.
And before we go, one more thing. I like the white uniforms, but the numbers are crimson. The numbers are crimson and black. They need to be changed to burgundy, and they need to get rid of that fade crap on there. Like watching Carolina with real uniforms against us with these numbers that are bunching up on the guys so much you can't even tell what numbers some of them are.
Their numbers were so small they would bunch up under the pads, and you couldn't tell what number they were. And then why is there black edging instead of gold? Just take the black edging off. Put gold on there, change it to burgundy. Even if you want to have that stupid fade thing, at least make it burgundy with gold lines.
It's crimson. It's crimson. The rest of it, even that little piece on the shoulders, those are burgundy. Those are fine.
Yeah, that is the burgundy that the numbers should be.
You can't be changing it to crimson.
Just because you have so many Alabama players, you can't be changing it to their colors. Seriously. Anyway,
that's why Jonathan now is just like, I like the new uniforms.
Well, the new uniforms, you can't read the jersey numbers when you're trying to figure out who the scrub is that just made the tackle because it's all bunched up.
Exactly.
Like, the numbers are small, dude. They're like, I'm going to guess here. I would say the average NFL jersey number is probably about 12 inches high. Would you agree? He's getting a ruler. The New Jersey numbers are about 7 inches high. They're like 5 inches too short. Are you measuring it? You gonna pull out your ruler?
I pull out my ruler, and it's about the 4 on Taylor Heineke's jersey is about 9.5 inches.
Oh, that's it? I thought it would be more. I thought it'd be at least like closer to 12. Well, the new ones are like 6 inches, dude. Oh.
Now I'm grabbing.
John's going all scientific.
Anniversary Darryl Green scientific jersey.
That was 12. I guarantee you that one's 12. 12 inches. What is it?
9 3/4.
Really? It just looks bigger. Really? All right. So what are the new ones you think? 6 inches?
Whatever they are, I'm sure.
It'd be funny if we measured them and they were 9 3/4. All right. If anyone else out there has one of the new jerseys, the white with crimson and black jerseys or maroon.
Just the numbers.
Measure the number and tell us what it is in inches. Not centimeters.
Oh yeah, of any of the numbers, really. If anyone has the new jerseys,
measure the height. Yeah, that'd be great. And put your answer in our Discord room, which you can join at tinyurl.com/HarryHF. But don't go in there if you're a Cowboys fan.
If you go in there and you're a Cowboys fan, number 1, why are you listening to us? And number 2, God. Number 3, we'll kick you out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're going to go into the games and kicks. And since we lost, that means we go with this first.
And now, the coveted and ever elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Award, as usual, back for its 15th season with Harry Hog Football, is Ridapoo. Ridapoo for...
Brought to you by Ridapoo.
All right, go ahead.
My game ball goes to Brian Robinson.
He stole mine.
Junior, the second, whatever it is.
Brian Robinson Jr.
Of everything, he was the biggest surprise in that game. Because he was the biggest surprise in the game. positive surprise.
He was great. We've already discussed
Yeah.
it. We don't even need to go into it anymore. And I can't wait for him to take over the first string running back role. Give me him.
Whoa.
Give me him. Give me McKissick. And give me Jarrett Patterson. And keep Antonio Gibson on special teams taking over Trapp's position. It's a slippery slope. First you're on special teams, then you're off the team. You better shape up, Antonio Gibson.
Better shape up a ship out.
I can see Ron like looking at him like with his military. Antonio, you need to shape up or ship out. That's gonna be the name of this episode.
Shape up or ship
out. Hold on, I have to cough.
So
I am still recovering from COVID. Don't forget.
That's right. You had a couple of high days of temperature with that.
Yeah, I had it rough. It's not fun. It's not fun. And I had all my vaccines. So if you guys haven't gotten them, I would advise getting them because I can't imagine how bad it would have been without it. That's all I'm going to say. Since you stole my game ball, I got to. Well, then I'm giving mine to Sam Howell. Because he was another pleasant surprise. That dude looks the part, is all I'm going to say. I mean,
in one whole game, he looks the part.
I can't wait to see what happens in the next games with these guys now. So it would be nice to see Brian Robinson Jr. with the first team next week to see how he can do against more stout defensive players. And it would be awesome to see Howell again. See if he can continue with that poise against Kansas City scrubs, which are probably a lot better than our scrubs, than the Panthers scrubs.
Man. Yeah, Kansas City.
Kansas City scrubs. Don't just stand there grasping your hands in pain. That's all I can say about that. Yeah, so that's who mine's going to. So our game balls go to Robinson and Howell, and I want to give a mini game ball to my man Willie Beavers. Just because. He was guarding.
Really, or won't he?
He was guarding Howell's blind side. He was the left guard, actually. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and go into the kicks.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we didn't give Josh's out.
Oh.
He's giving his to Ballsby. We're getting cut. I'm actually looking for the button, dude. I'm in preseason.
No, he has to give his kicking the balls to Ballsby.
Because it's Ballsby.
Even though he had more catches or more plays, more tackles.
More everything. All right, you ready? I found the button. I found the button.
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award.
Balls. Ballsby. I'm going first, and I'm giving my Kicking the Balls award to Antonio Gibson
You took mine.
for losing his starting job potentially on his second carry of the game.
Doesn't make it look good. That's for sure.
Not very good.
Not very good.
Not very good at all. So anyway, I stole yours, so now you're gonna have to stall while you think of another one.
No, I've got another one. Mine is going to
Balls.
7th round pick, Kelvin Harmon.
He's getting a kick? Didn't he have a catch?
No, he did. His stat line was 0.
I thought you were gonna say Troy Apke. Wasn't Troy Apke a 7th round pick, if I'm not mistaken?
Dude, I think it was a 5th round.
Oh, we wasted a 5th on him?
I don't know, but you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna switch mine to Troy Apke because it's the last time we'll ever mention Troy Apke on the show. That's crap. We're totally gonna talk about him like he's sharp or knives. And 0 pounds. Troy Apke.
You are a loser, sir. I love you guys, man.
that was Will in Maryland trying to be poignant. He was trying to be very poignant and serious when he said this. It was a very touching moment. It was a touching moment.
It was a touching moment.
It was probably after a loss.
Ooh, yeah, he's probably mad or
dude, he's
worried about one or both of us.
I would love to hear his thoughts on this fight song.
Oh my god. He's
He's got to be what's up. Oh, and by the way, we didn't mention this.
What?
You can go vote for the mascot now.
Oh, that's right.
First of all, the new fight song, we also didn't mention this, sounds oddly like the rendition of the fight song that my brother Bay recorded for this podcast. It's like maybe they stole it and put a lady singing it instead of like MIDI instruments. And secondly, you can go vote for the mascot, and on the page you can choose between the following. I voted 100 times while I was waiting for my daughters at dance lessons the other day. I just kept going back and voting, and I don't know if they all count, but they probably do, because I don't think the Redskins or Commanders IT department has figured out a way to weed out duplicate votes, because I don't think they're smart enough. So you can vote for the following choices, if I remember correctly from seeing it 100 times. Hogs. Dog. Which is a Pomeranian, we've already said.
Pomeranian.
Historical figure.
Like these John Adams, 2nd president of the United States.
Here's the thing. These are categories. These are the categories that you can vote for. Hogs is a category. Like, what are the categories within the hogs? I mean, what are the choices? Like, I can see dogs are a category because you can have Pomeranians, Golden Retrievers, whatever, Cujo, blah, blah, blah. Great Dane. Yeah. There's a bunch of them. You can have a poodle or a golden doodle or one of those designer mixed breeds. They're still mutts. Or superheroes. Okay, that's a category. You know, you can have the super skin guy, which they'll probably rip off his costume, or like whatever, or Iron Man, whatever. There's a bunch of superheroes to choose from. It's a category. Historical figures.
Superheroes? Are you serious?
Yeah, historical figures. I see that could be a category. You know,
George Washington cutting down the cherry tree on the sideline.
Except we're so dumb.
Bam, the cherry tree falls down and like a cowboy falls out of it.
Yeah, so but there's a whole awesome. It's a category though, right? You could have presidents or
you can
whoever. It'd be weird if
Thomas Jefferson. You could have
No, dude, he's racist. You can't have George Washington either because he's apparently racist too.
Apparently.
So you can't have any of those guys. But they're all categories. But what is it within the category of hogs? Warthog? Regular hog?
I think hog is just, number one, it should be 99.9% of people should be voting for hog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
because it would be like the only thing that's really linking us to the past, because all this other crap is not linking us, like Fight for Old DC, Commanders, crap, like none of it is. Yeah. Wrong colors.
Yeah. So it's gonna be the only bone they throw out to the fans.
They need to have, and what they need to do, they need to have like a guy in a hog. It can't be some like some big old like Stay Puft looking guy that runs around and does stuff with kids. He needs to be badass. He needs to be in like fatigues.
He's not gonna be
like have a tank or something.
Dude, they're gonna mess it up. But if
I know they're gonna mess it up, but that's what I really, really would like to do. But you're exactly right. They are gonna mess it up just like they messed up everything else. They'll probably come out with like
it's gonna look like a little kid's thing.
Like William Howard Taft or something.
Yeah, it'll look like the running presidents and the Nationals, like very cartoonish, and they're gonna take the Hogs, which were once like a really powerful like offensive line, and they're gonna turn it into like a cheesy mascot. But here's what I want you to look at. If you go to the website, which they were too lazy to change, I think the actual link to the website is I sent it to you. Wasn't it like choose the uniforms or something, or choose the fight song? It was like the same. It was the same actual address as the fight song choice, but now it shows you the mascot choice. But anyway, look really closely at the Hogs, the little CG hog example they have, and tell me if it doesn't resemble a certain hog. Why can't I point the correct way? A certain hog logo that you know of. Right there. They're ripping it off, dude. I'm serious. Go look at it while you're voting for Hawk. Anyway, does that round it out, dude?
I guess so. Happy retirement to Ryan Kerrigan. Oh yeah, we fired the defensive line coach.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Far back. I guess we could talk about that real quick. He got fired, and the defensive line was very happy about that.
Sounds like it. And the new guy was already there as an assistant, and he's buff.
The new guy is like 50 something. And he looks like he was like a Marine. Like this dude is like,
dude, he's as jacked as Josh.
Yeah. He used to play. He was like a lineman
for a long time.
He was like a late round draft pick, and he played like a long time. So hopefully that will get them. Hopefully the D-line won't suck anymore, because apparently it had something to do with that guy and his communication not getting through.
Yeah. And
allegedly, sure.
Also, this was interesting that we didn't talk about. Ryan Kerrigan, if you didn't hear, signed I believe a 1-day contract to retire a Redskin. And then now he's saying that he wants to get into coaching, and he's been hanging around the defensive staff. As in, it sounds like in an unofficial capacity, he's been around camp. So I don't know if they're going to offer him something, and if maybe that Sam Mills Jr. the third getting fired. And what's the new defensive line coach's name? I forget his name. But with that guy stepping up, maybe that move makes room for Ryan Kerrigan to come into the coaching staff at a lower level, which would be cool to have him.
They could always bring him in as like a
consultant
or something like that.
Everyone loves Ryan Kerrigan though, because I've heard interviews with players how they were so fortunate to play with him, blah blah blah. Yeah, so everyone was happy about him coming back. So with that being said, dude, I think that we never got into the last thing that we wanted to talk about. What are you most looking forward to seeing in this next game?
In this next game, I want to see Carson Wentz, number one. And I want to see like all of our receivers like out there. Like I would see all the receivers out there catching balls. And I want to see Brian Robinson saying, Antonio Gibson, get the hell out of the way, and running the ball downhill with a cloud of dust and not fumbling.
Okay, I'll take the other side of the ball. I want to see our defense not give up third down so much. I mean, Carolina, we didn't bring this stat up, but Carolina had, I don't even know if I can find it really quick, but they had something like, I don't know, 12 of 18 on third down, or maybe even more than that. I can't.
Two linebackers.
I'm tired of us having like good plays on first down and then second down and then giving up like long third downs. Like it happened all of last year. It's already happened in the preseason game. Or we'll get some dumb penalty on third down, which gives them the first. Like at the very end of the game, didn't we have 2 of those?
I think so, yeah.
So,
the referees are in preseason too.
Well, we had that one illegal hands to the face on, I forget who it was. And then we had one on, I think, Bradley King, who like pulled the dude's hat off. I just want to see the defense stop them on 3 straight downs.
Yeah.
For crying out loud. That's what I want to see. And at least one pick.
2 linebackers. I have no idea. I think our defense is going to be worse because we can't get any damn linebackers.
I want to see us get 1 turnover, like, for us in this game. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we're an hour in preseason. Dang, dude, we got to round it out.
All right.
I got to find the music. There it is. Okay. So anyway, do the talk here.
There it is. Check out Harry Hog Football if you guys want to listen to the original Redskins Fans podcast / watch football team / Commanders. Check us out at tinyurl.com/Harry HF HARRYHF. And you can come to our Discord room. Check it out.
You can tweet us.
What else we got?
At Harry Hog.
Oh yeah, you could. That's right, at Harry Hog, HARRY Hog.
Our new host is anchor.fm. So if you go to anchor.fm/ Harry Hog, that's basically our website now. And our hog line is not in service at this time, but on that page, you can click a button and leave us a message and we'll get a voice message. So you can do it right there. It's kind of like the new hog line.
Yeah. For those who are new listening to this, going into this year's Commanders season starting off, the hog line is something that we don't answer. So you can call and complain to your heart's content.
And if it's funny, we'll put it on the show.
If it's funny, we'll put it on the show.
And you can also email us at hhfpodcast@gmail.com. And I think that about rounds it up. We'll talk to you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins Commanders football team. And if you see a Cowboys fan,
Choke 'em!